Hello, YouTube. Today I want to talk about what makes a folding knife tactical. And don't get scared by what you see in front of you. We're not going to talk about all these by any means. I heard Nothing Fancy recently say that it was the folding tactical knife that has been carrying the entire folding knife industry. And I thought that was an interesting comment, that this one category, folding tacticals, has been carrying the whole folding knife industry. And so I got to asking myself, what attributes or what characteristics must a folding knife have in order to qualify or be considered a good tactical knife? And we're almost always talking self-defense here. Now, you have to remember, in a self-defensive situation, your natural survival instincts are going to kick in, and you'll defend yourself with whatever you're carrying, even if it's a fist. You know, I mean, a lady can kill a man with a hat pin, for God's sake. So it doesn't mean you're necessarily carrying a tactical knife that day, and you might do really well with a little friction folder. You never know. But it still begs the question, what characteristics should a tactical folder really have? And let's be honest, the truth is that unless you're ex-military or have been trained in martial arts or defensive and offensive knife techniques, there probably aren't a lot of us who really know a lot about this. But again, in an emergency, in a self-defensive situation, that survival instinct will kick in, and we'll do the best we can with whatever we have. So I've thought about this a lot, and I've come up with only 3 criteria, and I'm going to rate what I consider my tacticals along these 3 criteria. One of them is speed of deployment. If you're fumbling with a stiff friction folder and a nail nick, that's not going to cut it. Speed of deployment doesn't always have to be assisted. A lot of thumb studs and flippers are really, really fast. Grip. You don't want a skinny, smooth knife that you can't get a really secure handle on. So grip is part of that, and of course reach. Reach. How long is this blade? You know, the more reach you have, the easier it's going to be for you to strike and still keep your body out of harm's way. And speaking of reach, this is one of the things where Muhammad Ali, you know, the guy practically walked on his knuckles. He had like the longest reach of any boxer in history. The guy had really long arms, and that certainly went a long way. Okay, reach, grip, and speed of deployment. Let's just go to this first one here. I'm going to rate them on a scale of 1 to 3 on those 3 things. This is a Kershaw Bolt 2. Speed assisted, finger grooves, not a lot of reach. 3 1/4 inch blade. So I'm gonna take a half a point off for reach because it's got the grip, it's got the speed. It's just not the biggest knife on the block. 2.5 points. Kershaw Bolt 2. We're not even going to look at this. Too skinny. Boy, I love this knife, but it makes it on the speed. It makes it on the reach. It's too skinny, too smooth, no grip here whatsoever. The CRKT Swindle. Nice knife, wouldn't bring it to a fight. Here's a knife with speed and some reach, but the grip isn't here. I'm going to take half a point off for grip and give the Buck Vantage Select 2.5 points. Now, these friction hunters, they got grip, they got knife, but you know, I'm not even going to look at the friction stuff because by the time you open them, you're dead. This is a Kershaw Crown. It's got a moderate amount of reach. It's got good speed, as you just saw. It's smooth, polished micarta. It has no grip whatsoever. Great gentleman's knife. So I'm going to give this a 2 out of 3. Another friction folder. Okay. This is the Enlon EL04 MCT. It's a axis lock, so it flips open good. Good reach, good thickness, 4mm knife. Look at the grip. It's not only grooved on the side, but it's grooved on the top and bottom there with micarta. This gets a 3 out of 3. It's got grip, it's got speed, it's got reach. And that was the Enlon EL04. Friction folder. You know, even the big, mighty, big bad Buck 110. This is the Ecolite model. Look at the finger grooves. It's got the reach, it's got the grip. It's just too slow. We're not even going to look at friction folders. Okay, this is the BL04. It's got speed. It's got grip. Look at that grip. It's got reach. This gets a 3 out of 3. This is like a Spanto type blade. So you have some piercing here. 3 out of 3. Kershaw Nerve. It's got speed. It's got great grip. Look at that handle. You have to feel this to believe it. And it's got reach. This is a 3 out of 3. Kershaw Nerve. Okay. This is a friction folder. The Navy K507. Some say it's modeled after Sebenza. It's fast. It's got reach. It's got grip. This is a 3 out of 3. The Navy K507. Japanese knife. Inexpensive. It'll do the job. And this is, of course, a large sod buster. It's got reach, no grip, no speed. Okay, back to this tray. How do you like my cardboard trays? They're not display cases. They're storage units. This is another Axis lock. This is the Gonzo G704. Speed, reach, and the grip. I'm going to take a half a point off. 2.5 points. The Gonzo G704, but I love this knife. It's got jimping up here on a raised ramp. And that helps. Boy, that helps. Still, because of the handle, I'm going to take half a point off. 2.5 points. We're not going to look at this. Ugh. This is a Chinese clone of a Rockstead Higo. A $20 knife for knockoff of an $1,100 knife. It is fast. It is big. It's got grip. 3 out of 3. The Chinese clone Rockstead Higo. Look at this baby. Okay. This is not worth looking at. This has reach, no grip, no speed. The Boker Excalibur. This has somewhat, it's got speed, it's got reach, it's got no grip whatsoever. A 2 out of 2. This is a 1 out of 3. I'm sorry, this is a 2 out of 3. This is a 1 out of 3. Okay, this is the only true tactical knife I own, designed to be a tactical folder. It is the CRKT Hisatsu, designed by James Williams for CRKT. Big 3 7/8 blade, big handle, big speed. I'm going to open it again so you see how this flies out there. 3 out of 3. If I could go higher, I'd give this higher. This is the knife, man. Okay, large sod buster, a lot of reach, no grip, no speed. Kershaw Injection 3.5. Speed, reach, and grip. 3 out of 3. 3 out of 3. Alright, the Daddy Barlow. Lots of reach, no grip, no speed. Okay, the Schrade Button Lock. SC60B. Speed, look at the grip. Aluminum scales with finger grooves and textured grippy things. Speed, reach, and grip. A 3 out of 3. For the Schrade SC60B Button Lock. Love that knife. This is totally worthless. This, I wish this were larger. This is the CRKT Swindle. It's got assisted opening, what they call their outburst technology. It's got the speed. It's got the grip. Look at the finger grooves. It's kind of short. I'm going to take a half point off for reach. 2.5 points. CRKT Endorser. I might have said Swindle. CRKT Endorser. Now, this is a less than $10 knife. It's a Coast FX 411. Full 4-inch blade. It's got speed. It is big. Look at the finger grooves. It's got grip. A solid 3 out of 3. A solid 3 out of 3 for a 4-inch made in China for an American company, Coast, which is in Portland, Oregon. Big knife. Just got it 2 days ago. Okay. Before I get to the last one here, this one, I realize there's one I missed. Look at this. This is a $6 knife. Spring assisted. It's got reach. Look at the Ergo grip. It's got Kraton inserts for grip. It's got reach, it's got speed, it's got grip. A $6 knife, the Tomahawk XL 1328. I don't know why this isn't more popular than it is. The only hit, it's got a very thin blade. But, you know, it'll work. 3 out of 3, a solid 3 out of 3 for the $6 knife. This knife always surprises me. And the last of the tacticals. Just got this recently. It's the Boker Automat Kalashnikov 74. It's the only automatic knife I have. Boom! Look at the grip. Look at the grooves. Look at the texture on this aluminum handle. It's a solid 3 out of 3. So there you go. Of all the knives you see in this tray, there were a few that ranked pretty well. I had to take some points off for reach or some points off, some half points off for things, but that's how I'm sizing them up. And again, everybody be safe. God forbid you should find yourself in a situation where some goon, some thug, some, you know, subnormal degenerate needs another vial of crack cocaine, and you're the guy who's going to take the money from to get it. God forbid that should happen, but stay safe. Okay? I love you very much. Take good care. God bless you. Bye-bye.